All right, we back. It's hindsight. We just saw Dragonball Super Hero.
Wait.
Thoughts?
So for the anime style, I wasn't a big fan at the beginning of it, but I slowly got into it. But the colors and everything, the contrast was so amazing.
Agreed.
I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. But yes, it took me a while to get used to the 3D. I was like, man, am I gonna get used to this? And then I did. And then the fight scenes were amazing, especially the motion. The motion really added something that the 2D never did for me.
You can tell it wasn't like a frame.
The cinematography was awesome in that movie, especially the visual effects. The fight scenes were quick. They weren't lagging. They weren't straight to the point. I mean, it kind of helped develop the story, which was awesome. It kind of kept people on their seat to wanting some more. I would say.
Even my childhood nostalgia was coming back, seeing all these, Kamehamehas and Curlin coming in and the fusion. I was like, yes, bring the nostalgia back. But they could have did. I mean, I guess it could have been a lot better, especially if Cell would have went perfect form. I'm like, yes. I like what? I like they didn't go.
Obviously, that was just a miss, a total miss. Yeah, he could have absorbed those two androids and gone to another level. Obviously, that was the setup there, and they didn't go there. They dropped the ball on that. That hurt.
Because the first Cell had transformations.
Obviously,
and he was unbeatable
come on. They could have made the movie so much more interesting if they did that. That pissed me off.
And then Goten and all them changed so much, and they can't beat these damn droids.
Setting him up that you're But then he's been doing nothing for however long, and apparently he's been training in secret, but that doesn't even make sense because he couldn't even sense Piccolo coming in disguise. Yeah, that was a little bit thin on the storyline and stuff.
Yeah,
kind of like Piccolo kind of carried out the whole movie.
He really did. And he was on a cell phone and stuff. That was getting goofy. I don't know. It was getting goofy. Trying to be relatable, I get it. New generations, it was getting goofy.
I like the grandson stuff and the number 1 and 2. Yeah. Like
it was cool. It was a cool concept
with good intentions.
It did. A lot of the things grew on me, honestly. The art style, like you said, for sure. I was not feeling that at first, and I started slowly, was like, okay. But I don't want to see no more of this. If you're listening to this, guys, don't do this again, all right? Because you will lose my fan.
I don't know. I think the ceiling is higher. Like, the fight scenes,
I get
every
it.
time Piccolo was flying, and
Broly looked better than that. Broly looked better than that.
Yeah, Broly.
Broly looked better than that.
I wish they would have threw in Gohan, Vegeta, and Broly. They would have destroyed Cell.
Yeah,
I know.
I appreciate that was the best CG 2D I have seen. Hands down in all movies, in Disney movies, and everything. Yes, that was powerful. But for Dragon Ball, I don't want to see that shit no more. Yeah. Don't do that again, please.
Yeah, it didn't feel like
the title was kind of whack. We could have named it something
better.
Yeah,
it doesn't give you that nostalgic feeling.
Yeah, it didn't give you that, and they tried to do that a lot. Like you were saying, they kept bringing back the nostalgia with Krillin and everybody trying to hit Cell when they do their final Kamehameha. Like it was so many things that were like, you already have done this. Even bringing Cell back was like. Why? Couldn't we have just made a whole nother villain, or at least make him cooler? And then Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2, but he's not Super Saiyan 2. He's like some Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct, something like. I don't know. They were just being goofy.
Blue hair, so I don't know what silver.
They were just fucking around.
Yeah.
And his hair was all long, and Piccolo turned into a giant green or orange monster.
Orange Piccolo.
What else like
Piccolo's never transformed like that before. That was exciting.
I guess. I like the powers.
Too.
Cell was cool,
mace
but
tail and he was giant.
It was just I don't know.
Over.
I think that was Piccolo's Super Saiyan mode. I think the dragon granted him to go Super Saiyan.
I felt like that too. Plus a little bit of extra. And Bulma making those wishes on the Dragon Balls.
I like the moments where it's like,
I think I've seen way too
much
anime
funny.
booty.
In
that film. There was a lot of booty in that film.
It was CG booty. It wasn't even hand drawn when the booty be right. Like it was like, come on.
Beerus was in the green girl.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny as hell. I gotta get
there was too much Whis. Whis was a little bit like he's supposed to be a more mysterious character, and they just tried to make him comedic relief, and that was it was funny a little bit, but
that was like
they were pushing a lot of that.
That was just to extend the length of the movie
and have Goku and Vegeta in it, and Broly. I guess there was a lot to that for the simple fact that Broly was there on some casual shit, but. Yeah, do something with that then. Expand that piece of the story. Don't just have it for comedic.
Right,
Like,
how
what?
come they couldn't join the fight? Like, it would have better if they would have joined the fight.
It was almost
Well, I
like
guess-
their whole story was why they couldn't join the fight. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciated them spending some time with their training and actually being able to see Broly. And because if they never showed him, then it might be like, oh, where are they? Like, what are they doing?
But they could have done that so quick. They could have done that little cut at the end of the movie only, and you would have filled all the rest in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I
where they're
liked- I liked
tired
where we-
and the
where
fight
we-
ends,
I don't
and they're
know,
just
yeah.
like, versus all the like ice cream and all that. Like,
like,
what?
you know, them trying to, Vegeta trying to harness the power of what's his name, Jiren, with like meditating and he's, you know. I liked.
Yeah.
I get it.
I
was
liked
like-
why they were there training and doing all that, but to
a lot of
pretty
interesting
much sideline them.
Piccolo and Pan were the best
Kinda
characters.
crazy.
They saved the whole movie
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, and I wasn't even that big of a fan of the movie. So it was thanks to Piccolo and Pan they even
It's like
are
he was
above the
Doing
five.
Goku all over again.
Yeah,
Back when
legit.
he trained Goku in.
And I like the tricking Gohan into thinking that it was like a bigger deal than it was. Like, yo, just act. Just pretend like you know, you're in danger. You can take these off whenever you need to.
That's what he cares about most.
You know.
His
So
family.
yeah, I don't know.
His family.
I don't know. It wasn't too deep of a movie. I feel like it was the colors, it was the fighting, and that was what it was.
Seeing all of them a bit older, even Goten and Trunks and stuff. Fat.
Yeah, they
Go
failed.
Tanks.
That was funny.
Oh yeah. Like, all right, of course they're gonna mess up the first time they do it. I mean, I get it.
Had to. For the story, you know.
For the story.
For the story.
So what didn't you like about it?
Like, again, it was too
Because
much
it sounds
booty
like
in there.
you-
They showed his cheeks. I'm like,
You
come
didn't
on
like
now.
it more than you
I-
overall didn't like it as much as you would have.
Well, I know. I went in there expecting to like it as much as I liked it. I knew what to expect. After seeing the art style, I knew what they were trying to do here, and I knew it was not. I was not gonna get another Broly movie.
Yeah.
I knew that immediately.
Well, maybe the next one.
Maybe.
I mean,
And you
bring
know,
them out,
yeah,
I'm
you gotta
scared.
save the money. You gotta
formula's
save money so
there.
you come back harder.
A lot of setup, a lot of comedy, a lot of food, and
It
then a
was.
big fight at the end.
For sure,
A
but
really
I need a little
epic
bit more.
fight.
I need some
Epic fight.
more big fights because it actually wasn't epic enough for me. And I do believe it's because
I
it
don't
was
know,
3D.
I thought it was epic.
It was 3D and they couldn't-
The fact
they
that
couldn't
it was
bring that
3D
heat.
Was epic.
Yeah.
Was so much more epic because I don't know, it just enhanced it. Like all the movement of the camera.
I get it, but
following
not for
them.
me. I like that the beauty of like not even mistake, but like there's it's not perfect every time when a person draws it. There's proportions that shift. You know what? It's more artistic versus the 3Ds are always that exact perfect shape. Everything always hits right every time. It's not as beautiful to me. Broly hit so much
I feel
harder.
Like that somehow that hit, and I wasn't expecting it to hit. As much
I
as
liked it.
did.
I liked it, but it was
had those
exactly what I thought.
exaggerated moments and the choppy frame rate and like the exaggerated features.
I feel it, but nah. That's my own. That's just my opinion. I think they killed it on like the motion blur and stuff.
Yeah.
They did a great job making that 3D feel as 2D as they could.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely new
Yeah.
age
Yeah,
animation.
no question. It was very new age, bro.
Oh, but
I feel like this is a whole
this
new
is
style
it.
right here.
this is it.
But yeah, outside of the fighting, like just when you're seeing characters, it does look really robotic and kind of just too perfect.
Yeah, and I don't know.
But
It wasn't bad
Like
though.
I said, like I'm not even like amazed with the animation. I'm also amazed with the color contrast of everything.
The
that was
colors
going in
look
there. I was
beautiful.
like,
That- yeah.
yo,
that
for
too, that
sure.
probably added
I don't know if the IMAX and what it was. I was like, hey,
That was
to it.
perfect.
That was nice. That's
You
like
saw
the
it in the
move when
best possible
Cell was doing a
format.
little thing and he did the cannon.
Oh,
I
and it was-
"Ah,"
yeah,
and
yeah.
then I was like, yes.
That was clean.
Pretty sure if I had that little medical thing, I would have had the seats right there.
That was clean. Anybody? I don't know. Nobody's probably as deep in as I am, but I remember living with Arnaldo and I learned of a character named Gohan Blanco that the Hispanic, like, Dragon Ball fandom had just made, and I feel like that movie was them literally making Gohan Blanco a real character, like how they took Shaggy and made him real Super Saiyan Shaggy. I feel like they did that with Gohan, and that's just like this character that people just came up with.
that's what he looked like.
Yeah, for like Gohan
Silver hair.
Blanco.
Wait,
Oh, I know you're talking
What did-
about. He probably ain't up to the stage.
It's just the internet meme
I
kind of
remember
thing.
vaguely, but I don't remember what he looked like.
But he looked like pretty close to
Exactly
what
like
we just
that.
saw.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like an Ultra Instinct version.
It did seem like an Ultra Instinct version of whatever. They just made some shit up, yeah.
But how did he?
Give him red eyes, give him white hair, call it
I get that. Okay, you got to use Piccolo as motivation to get there, but like,
it was the daughter.
The daughter and
but
mostly Piccolo.
Yeah,
for the final string, yeah, that was just goofy though. Like,
but like, how?
He could have just gone
really
like
how?
Super Saiyan Blue or something or something different.
I mean, I guess he's been training in secret, but like,
it was crap. They didn't even really set it up. They didn't set it up well. I didn't
miss
care.
Something like how did he get so strong?
Bro, just movie magic.
But it was cool.
He could be the strongest, yeah.
Out of the earth.
She's strongest in the air, whatever.
Because
they
the
had
runtime
to
was
make
180.
Yeah.
Gotta fix everything in.
Get it in there. They got an hour to show us something and get it done.
I mean, he's spending all his time, looking at Super Saiyan ants.
Oh
he's
yeah,
he's
you're like,
And that was dumb because I thought they were gonna come with some scientific, like he was gonna be like, well, they did it this way, like maybe I can tap into the same ant power, like, you know what I mean? Like that would have been cool, but he's just talking about stupid. Yeah. Oh man,
damn, so that's what he's been doing.
There were like moments.
Goofy.
The glass thing pissed me off. Like, all right, so he needs glasses, but he don't.
Oh,
when he
yeah.
goes Super
Oh, that
Saiyan. That's
was
like
cool.
Piccolo. Like,
Come
wait,
on,
when
man.
you go Super Saiyan and fix the eyesight.
I've always wondered, like,
And why did he just go Super Saiyan and catch the thing then?
Right. Yeah, like,
There's a sense. There's only 2 of these. This is the difference between us winning and losing, bro. Like, come on.
Quick enough.
I guess they couldn't kill the androids fast enough because we got to see that they're the good guys.
And I did like those new 2 androids, but they should have got absorbed, and that would have actually made the movie fine for me. I would have actually been totally okay if that happened. Yep. Cell match, perfect. Perfect cell match.
And then Gohan and
Yes.
Vegeta come around like, all right, now we got
one to be alive. So
I know.
He could be part of the family.
That was definitely. Oh well, they're wishing back with the Dragon Balls. No one ever dies in this show.
Right.
No one really Death is not permanent. Neither are wrinkles and butt saggage.
She's just so superficial, and it's great.
Well, she has everything she needs. You fucking rich.
Yeah, now she got the doctor to fix that issue.
Commentary on
Yeah, everything was getting a little bit modern in the Dragon Ball world. Whatever. I guess it is what it is. Sign of the times. All right, guys, rate it.
I would say 8.5.
8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10. Whoa.
Yeah, that's higher than I expected you would say, but I would agree. Maybe 8 or 8.5. I'll say 8.
Well, I was gonna say a 7.5, so I guess we'll skew it towards the 8. It is. The 8 it is. Not I wouldn't give it an 8, but out of fairness to the group, it's an 8.
We also saw another movie suck, so
that was a rough one. Dragon Ball was a rough one for me, but it was very beautiful.
Skew it down even more.
No, I don't play that. That's how I really felt. That's how y'all felt. That's the balance. Is 8.
Well, 7.5 is not bad. It seemed like you didn't like it even more than that.
Yeah, I know, but it was Dragon Ball, so at the end of the day, they got me.
Yeah.
They at least were getting a 6.5 was the floor for me. So all they had to do was a little bit. And I had low expectations for the 3D, but it did grow on me.
Yep.
But I still don't want to see that shit again. Like, please, don't ever do that. Please, keep that to the video games. Don't play me like that. Don't play me like that. I paid $20 for this movie. Don't play me like that. Give me some action Broly level.
They're coming with that series afterwards, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a series.
I'm pretty sure too. I hope they don't retell this story, but I know they will. They're going to do Broly and then this, unfortunately. And then they're going to go into Moro.
They know how to money grab.
But I ain't bad at them.
Yeah, I'm excited for Broly.
The more times that they get their show on TV, the more money the franchise gets, the more cool animations I get to see. So I hope it sells.
Favorite Dragon Ball character? Let's go around.
In the movie?
In general.
In general?
Okay, in general.
I've got to be Vegeta.
Let's talk about it in the movie.
Yeah, I have to give it to Vegeta now. It was Gohan actually until this movie. That's what's crazy. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was cool, but they almost ruined the nostalgia with this stuff today. So
I
it's
just
all
like
good.
Vegeta's thoughts. Like he never stops training.
Vegeta go hard, yo.
Keeps himself motivated.
I like Goten
Man,
too.
after binging Dragon Ball Super, I just can't wait for them to bring back Kale and what's her name? Cauliflower.
Okay.
Well, I don't think they're coming back anytime
Because
soon.
like, what is which one is sort of the Broly-esque one? That's Kale, right?
Oh,
Kale,
the female
yeah.
one?
The female Broly.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna.
I don't think so. You'll be waiting for a while, especially on the show.
But yeah, and was great, and she just has something. She does seem like a young Goku in a way. It's like she pretty much she's 3 years old and she can already, hold her own.
I would say to those androids, I kind of like them.
In the movie?
In the movie.
What about in general?
In general too, I would say Gohan, but I think Android tops it off because they were like new characters that were introduced that nobody knew how they're gonna play. Like
For sure.
they started as villains, but they had their mind messed up.
Yeah.
So
What's his name? The grandson just put a little bit of the hero programming in them.
That was interesting. That was legit, actually. I did think that was cool. Like, yeah, he's like, no, who programs a robot like this, bro? Like, give him hero instincts.
Hero instincts. That was it.
Of course, this is the perfect place to do burnouts. All right, we out. Actually, we back again. It's hindsight part 2 on this one. I'm actually pissed. I'm gonna let it keep the 8.
Yeah.
But this movie actually sucked. It didn't suck, but this was a rough one. This was a rough movie. Like there was a lot of nonsensical things happening.
After we ruminated, thought about it.
Yeah, man, the characters were just powering up left and right. Like there was nothing dramatic about it. There was no I just didn't even care. Orange Piccolo. What? Gohan Beast, what? Shut up. They just
As
made
I was
this
saying,
up.
A lot of people like Gohan, and he really hasn't had his moment since the Cell stuff in the first time, and so they're like, okay, going from Dragon Ball Super, the show, and Broly and stuff, like, how can we make Gohan like really strong, really fast, without really setting it up a whole lot? Like, I don't know, that just pissed me off. It's like, yeah, like, they just felt like they wanted to make Gohan really powerful, even though it didn't make any sense. Like, they didn't set up any of the stuff where he was training.
And they did set it up with his daughter, and they didn't even use that as the real thing that would make him mad.
They didn't like have any scene where he's like training behind closed doors, or and they're talking about
even
all this.
a mention of it, like Videl saying he's been missing or something, or maybe that she did say that, I guess. But she said he was studying, but it don't matter. That shit was stupid. There was too much of that movie that was like, yo, it's like it wasn't even fan. I heard it was going to be a lot of fan service, and it was like, I get what they meant by that, like a lot of the nostalgia, but it was stupid. I didn't care to see them all fight Cell like that again, unless Cell was a cool, perfect version. They just fought a mindless monster. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it was literally 20 minutes of them fighting a mindless monster.
Once they got his weak spot of his head, like, you could have them absorb
the two androids like they had set it up for.
That would have been a cooler climax.
And make his daughter be in real danger.
Yeah,
and then
which she wasn't
ever.
ever.
Yeah, they wasted too much.
Yeah, like Piccolo going into his orange form super early on, because like he basically wished that like there wasn't any setup. Speaking of that,
he literally just wished the power. Like, shut up.
I mean, even like they were playing it for laps, like all the stuff they could have wished for, because I guess you got to get around that somehow. But it was just so goofy. Broke the fourth wall once and never did it again. And like that was so out of nowhere. It was almost like I was laughing not because it was funny, but because it was just
like what just
wild.
happened. I mean, they tried to explain it, but it was stupid because they did never revisit it. It was just like, oh, this is kind of what happened, and then we're done with that.
All these like power up, like goofy. Words coming up.
I felt like that was to get
screen.
you used to that 3D style. They were trying to over stylize it, and then
it never happens again.
And it was cool for a hot second, I guess, but like at the end of the day, no. Like, come on, you guys. This is a Dragon Ball film.
Yeah, it was a bit shoehorned, a bit lazy. I don't know. Coming out, I was positive on it. I don't know, just because of the I was maybe surprised at how much I enjoyed the 3D elements of it, and like I love the characters.
Yeah,
the characters are the characters you remember. Like I like the dynamic there.
But they didn't execute on the story, and I feel like this is just a thing we keep coming back to. But I didn't even care. At the end of the day, sure, you can bring back all my favorite memorable characters, but you're not telling me a story I care about. And they had this setup for a good story I could care about, even with the Red Ribbon Army. And all the characters it was set up to be something actually decent, and they didn't deliver.
Like, what was the grandson's name?
Like Hedo or something?
Hedo, yeah. Like, he had a good setup for his own hero.
He did.
And he's like, yeah, like, I want this money. Like, can I like infiltrate a little bit and sort of, I don't know. Like, I guess, he got to create his androids. He got to create Max Cell, but like that whole thing was like why even create it if
the guy was making it, but it just, I don't know. It could have been cooler, even if it was like, the joke should have been that he made Cell Max able to do like the things that old Cell did, and everybody be like, why would you do that? Like, nigga, I'm a super genius and I make things better than they used to. You know, like, that should have been the joke.
But instead he makes a mindless idiot. Safes of like, oh, like he has a weakness here, but like, why would you?
In case he goes crazy, but I thought you were a super genius who was smarter than like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, and Cell was just too mindless of a monster. They were gonna bring back a main.
Smart.
He was a
like,
main antagonist.
The stuff I loved about Dragon Ball Super, and like, cause there were smart villains. Like, I feel like this went backwards in terms of like intelligence.
Just raw power. He was just a raw powerhouse. And that wasn't even entertaining.
There wasn't any like clever
the back and forth, and like Cell's dialogue was always like, I'm so cocky. And that was the best part of Cell.
Yeah, he had a personality.
And that was not there in this. He's just a mindless monster versus the Cell who's like, you'll never defeat me, I'm perfect. That's the Cell I wanted.
Oh yeah.
Like a perfect Cell Max. They could have done so much. And that would have they could have trimmed out all the stupidity and just had a climactic fight with Cell Max. You know what I mean? Like, it was just,
and then what's his name was dead, Carmine or whatever.
Who?
What's his name from Red Ribbon Army? The main guy.
Dr. Gero?
Or Gero?
Who? The guy who like made all the robots?
No, the general of Red Ribbon Army.
The OG, like General Red?
What was his name?
Like Red? What are we talking about?
The guy who captured his grandson.
The son of Dr. Gero or something like that. He was I can't remember who the hell he was. He was the son of the Red Ribbon Army Commander Red.
Commander Red.
I think that's where we are, yeah.
Anyway.
The short guy.
Yeah. Like they killed him off.
He was a robot, remember?
Huh?
He was a robot.
He was?
Remember he took his shirt off and he was a robot.
I thought that was some like exoskeletons, I think.
Nah, he probably turned himself into a robot like everybody was doing.
Oh, anyways. Like, he was the real villain. So like I feel like they killed him off and now it's just like there's this Cell, Max Cell that like, there's no cleverness to it's just a mindless beast that they have to.
He could have absorbed him and had Cell Max had his personality would have been enough.
Exactly.
Like, but they just had it out here being stupid. And I think that's what made it made the stakes not feel so high because he was just a mindless monster and it was a matter of time before they just beat this raging idiot.
But like, so and then he got killed by that bee thing. But if he was a robot, then
it made no sense.
Like, what was that bee thing?
The bee, he said, will kill people. Yeah, he said it will sting you and poison you. It's cybernetic poison, I guess. Who knows? It's a virus. Who knows? It just made no sense.
That would have been interesting. It's like,
so many things were ridiculous. And I guess it didn't kill him. It was just like making him short circuit. Remember, he was like doing a weird like dance or something. Then he just goes and punches the control panel.
Just in the background. He was just like.
That was actually kind of funny. But man, Cell Max, major disappointment. The guy, I like the two robots, Gamma 1 and 2. They were actually interesting, but Cell was just like, stop. You, come on. You bring her back Frieza, whatever, we can deal. You bring her back Broly, sure, I guess we can deal. But you bring back Cell, and you make Cell an idiot? Come on, man. I'm not with that.
Yeah.
I don't know who signed off on this. I don't know who signed off on that. There's so many androids they could have brought back. There's so many new androids they could have created. That's the other thing, is they could have just called them something different and made a new evil android. it didn't have to be Cell, or it could have been Cell but different. You know what I mean? I guess this was Cell different, but it wasn't really Cell different. Like, it was literally Cell, ugly version Cell, and then like with some red on them. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
And, you know, not enough Android 17.
There was none. You know, and it would have been, that could have upped the stakes too. If he just went and absorbed Androids 18 and 17, then we had to beat the crap out of him to get them back out. Like, there was too much that could have happened to make this movie interesting and make me care.
Like the androids that we've known in the past. Like,
like characters
where
where you can use the weight of like the stories we already know. And this didn't do that in any way, shape, or form. It tried to play like...
Wait, where is Android 17?
He like is doing some...
On like an island or something?
Yeah, something with some animals or something. Yeah, man, they didn't hit the nostalgia. They hit the nostalgia for a lot of people. I'm sure they'll be excited, but like, it could have been fire. It could have been way more fire. Even if I got a special beam cannon from Gohan and Piccolo together, would have been dope. But like,
yeah,
but there's,
see, that's the thing too.
Come on.
He just out of nowhere knows how to use that. They could have set it up in the beginning with.
He just said something. Yeah, like a little thing. For it. Like where he's like, you haven't been training, you haven't even learned the beam cannon yet. Just anything. They didn't. They didn't. Everything was just, it was just happening. Stuff was just happening. And maybe it's the dub. Maybe the dub didn't do it justice.
Maybe.
But I'm doubting it seemed like it was the story. Based on the things I was seeing with my eyes, it was probably just the story. Yeah. Even that special beam cannon just didn't have a certain kind of weight for me. I do like how they did the sound effect to break the glass,
too.
But
like Gohan, whatever, I don't even, what was he called?
Gohan Beast?
Max level Beast.
Gohan Beast, yeah.
Gohan Silver. He never actually fought.
Like, he did one kick, and then he dodged some punches, and then he stood there and shot a big blast. Yeah.
Like, I wanted to see some action with him, but it was very...
But we're fighting an idiot, so there wasn't too much you could do against a dummy, but just end it. Yeah. And like, Gohan is smart. It would have been cooler to see him fight against Perfect Cell Max, who was a super smart villain, and he really outsmarts him. Like, even though Gohan hasn't been training his body, he's been training his mind, and he does something related to something they showed in the books earlier with like the answer. Like, you know, there was so much they could have done, and they just didn't do that. They just messed it up. They wasted the budget.
Yeah, because there was that.
Not to mention they had a lot of money for writing.
Yeah, like, you know, the whole setup of, you know, you gotta have that
different ways of fighting. It could have just been about different ways of fighting, and they just didn't even capitalize.
That's a good parallel right there. It's like, yeah, like Gohan may have not been training every day, but
training a different kind of muscle. Yes. Dropped the ball. Yeah, they dropped the ball on that. They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Goku and Vegeta that we're becoming like really accustomed to with all the jokey stuff. Nigga, these are serious, perilous battles for the universe. I'm kind of getting sick of seeing them fucking doing slapstick humor. Like, I get it. Like,
I like it.
It's not One Piece. That's not the world that Akira Toriyama really built up like that. Like, it's funny and stuff, but I feel like they're just getting way goofy with it. They're getting away from like the core of what Broly, I feel like, hit what Dragon Ball Z is kind of about. And this movie was like, this is what I feel like Dragon Ball Super has been heading towards.
Wait, why do you feel that?
Because it was 3D, and I can't stand the 3D, but it's been trying to really pull that in there.
That? Oh, I guess
because they've been like, introducing it, and then it's like this goofy, modern slapstick humor.
Like, what was different? Like,
with cell phones and tech and stuff.
Like, and stuff.
I don't know, man, but they probably just fudged the budget off.
I didn't recognize the director. I think maybe it was different.
They effed the budget off. They probably are using this money to kickstart the next season, so I get it, but I don't know. Maybe there was like some poll and they needed to get new audience members, or I don't know what happened, but
is this because you're familiar with the manga?
Familiar with the manga. No.
Is this like draw from any
They're going to be pulling, what they're going to do is they're going to make, if they are going to stick to the same pattern, they're going to take these two movies, they're going to make them into the show, and then they're going to pick up the Moro saga, which will just give them ample material for probably another 150 episodes on Dragon Ball Super. So they're going to do
a Broly series?
I'm guessing they'll do a Broly series and a Dragon Ball Super superhero series, and then start Moro, if they're going with the same pattern. But
maybe it'll be better.
You know, maybe.
Maybe it'll be better.
But in the past, it's only been worse. So I'm not excited.
I mean, I feel like Broly,
let the movie be the movie.
Well, no, the Broly the movie I enjoyed, but I feel like it didn't rise to the expectations either.
Oh, it did for me because I just came for the animation and it gave me a quick little story. It knew what it was trying to be, which was just a fighting movie.
Yeah.
Between Goku, Vegeta, and Broly.
Literally the last half of it was just
pure,
battle.
yeah.
But like there was like punching through dimensions and all this crazy stuff.
There was that in
was
this
great.
movie too. They hit the dimension thing. When Gohan hit that blast, they did the dimension crack, which is like a new thing, I guess, in Dragon Ball that they haven't explored yet, but they're trying to
I like it.
incorporate it.
Gives it like Spider-Man
Multiverse vibe. Man, all in all, I don't want to see this again. Creator of Dragon Ball's Funimation and whatever that thing, and I can't think of Toy Animation, all y'all. I don't want to see this again. Please.
This is if anyone's watching.
Yeah, let's keep this 2D. Let's keep this a 2D
Toy
affair.
Animation. This is our plea to coming from
Bring back
two fans and also creators.
Yeah, bring back the like traditional animation. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Bring back the traditional ASAP.
I mean, I get how it's like. They probably said, okay, this is what we need to do in this movie. I get it. It's hard to make things happen in such a short amount of time. Like, make Gohan the hero of the whole thing.
No, it's not. Not when you have a daughter who's already been kidnapped and you think that she's in danger. That's one hell of a setup for anything you want to do.
But even she wasn't kidnapped.
But that's what I'm saying. It was set up to where she could have just been placed in danger, and it would have been a good enough thing.
I mean, you saw how strong she was.
Yeah, but not against the Cell Max kind of character. Not against a real fighter. She wouldn't have been that strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One little bop on her head, and she's pretty much down. She's just a kid character.
But she's really fucking strong.
But again, a Cell Max bop on the head, and she's done. She was beating up normal guys. The whole movie, she's just beating up normal humans. She never fought against no real people.
I did like how, they did set her up as this like wonderkind, like, progressing really fast. Except she, couldn't fly yet. But they had to think of a way to fake her kidnap so that Gohan could. But I liked how they did that.
And I liked it too. But it could have segued into her being in real danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that was fine, but at the end, Cell Max should have snapped and then not had it under control anymore. Or Cell Max been like, yes, I analyzed the data, I know that's your daughter, ha ha ha, and gets her. Like, there was too many different things they could have done. Or he tapped into the little B cam that has been following everybody around and then been like, oh, now I know the situation. Boom, I'm Cell Max, I'm up to speed. Like, there's too many things they could have done, and they just did not do it. Come on, I could have wrote a better movie than that, and that's what makes me like. It bothers me. That bothers me. I'm gonna leave the rating though, because I love Dragon Ball.
Not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, for sure. I'll leave it with the 8, but just know, Toy, I'm mad that I got to give it an 8. All right, it's just because my boys wanted it at 8, so I'm gonna give them the 8. But no, hindsight doesn't take kindly.
I feel like audiences are pretty. I saw it got decent reviews, so maybe
people are just scrubs. They'll go off nostalgia, and they just want to see their favorite characters. That's not enough for me.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes. I can't even believe that.
I can't either. All right, well, I guess we out again. Toy, I'm telling you, I don't want no more of this.
We love DBZ.
Don't kill the franchise.